social media captions, music creation, even entire YouTube channels are being completely run by AI. Basically, AI is ruining the entire internet, and we're gonna investigate why. But first, let's talk about before AI, getting help meant asking an actual person. You might ask your mom for help rewriting an essay. She might rewrite a few sentences here and there, but the majority of the work would still be yours. November 30th, 2022 changed assistants forever. No longer would you have to ask your mom, "Mom, please read my essay, Mom, please." ChatGPT can now be your mom and edit your essay for you. Essentially, ChatGPT streamlined assistants. Instead of a bunch of people going to a bunch of different other people, this bunch of people could now go to the same exact assistant for any problem they could ever face. Which leads us to our first problem. Captions and posts on almost every different platform all kind of sound the same now because everybody's going to the same exact assistant for everything. And AI has a few habits you can actually spot. And starting off at number 1, the M dash. Yeah, these are really quite distinct, and I don't think anyone actually ever used them as much as ChatGPT does. So basically, whenever you see this online, in most cases, you can assume that ChatGPT assisted in some sort of way. In second, we got parallelism. Parallelism. Basically, this is when it goes, it's not X, it's Y. But basically, it's like it's really obvious already, so it just kind of wastes your time with words. Anyways, next one. Lastly, ChatGPT likes to go Y and then answer the question that it just asked. And also, you'll see that all 3 of the above things that I mentioned are usually intermixed in the same paragraph. So ChatGPT generally has a lot of the same formatting structure. But all these tendencies kind of add up and make it really easy to tell when somebody does use ChatGPT to assist in their posts or caption or whatever they may use it in. But the important things to notice is that these AI-generated posts are still generating a lot of likes. Like this one right here, 620,000 likes. Or this example right here, it's on LinkedIn and it's promoted by Lockheed Martin. It's by the vice president of Lockheed Martin. This is a pretty reputable company and they're promoting AI-generated content. Which leads us to our next problem. So many people are jumping on the AI train, and I don't blame them. It's so much easier to just have AI generate some caption or statement or post for you. But that's exactly how this problem is spreading. Because people are using it in these small cases, they're trying to see, well, where can't I use AI? And that's becoming a real issue. You've probably seen those get-rich-quick YouTube automation videos on Instagram, like this.
So let me show you how you can do this yourself. You can use this one AI tool, type in a simple text prompt, and InVideo AI will turn it into a full-blown YouTube video.
It's about not letting fear or failure hold you back.
These videos try to encourage people to use AI to completely make their YouTube videos, and some of these channels are huge. The first channel I want to talk about is Monkey Prankster. You can see they have a bunch of videos of a monkey prankster.
That's amazing.
He steals things, he does different stuff, but all the videos are completely AI generated. And this channel has over 10 million subscribers. But AI generated content on YouTube isn't always so easy to spot. People Explained is another channel I want to touch on. It doesn't have quite as many subscribers. It only has about 89,000. But there are videos on this channel that have reached quite a few people, like this one with almost 200,000 views. Adding Elijah here. Actually, that one's not the biggest. I found this one with almost 1 million views. And then there's like even more with more views than 200K. People Explained doesn't mention anywhere that it is AI. And a lot of its videos do seem like it could actually be a person, which is why I think a lot of people do subscribe to this channel. There have been weeks where People Explained has been able to post 5 30-minute videos in the same week, which is a lot of content. And People Explained isn't the only channel doing this. There are plenty of others, like all of these. There's so many people just profiting off of using AI to generate content on all the different social media platforms. AI is even making its way into the music we listen to. Recently, a Spotify band called The Velvet Sundown dropped an entire album and racked up over 1 million listeners. Everything about the band was fake. Their band photos, which do look kind of fake, their backstory that they created, and they even had a fake agent that denied the band was AI. But the point is, for months, people thought they were real. And Spotify pushed their songs. They're in playlists, they got recommended. Spotify treated them just like they would any other artist. And The Velvet Sundown isn't the only one. There are plenty of artists on Spotify with nothing more than a profile picture and thousands of plays. Are these profiles real? Are they fake? We don't really know. But what we do know is that AI bands can be successful, which can lead people to using programs like Suno to try to garner an audience of their own. And honestly, as AI gets more and more advanced, and people start to use AI more and more on the internet, we will start to have a really hard time determining what's human and what's AI. And that's when we'll suffer from. A Columbia study found that humans value art labeled as AI generated on average 62% lower than art created by a human, even when the pieces were of similar value and similar style. That's where it stands right now. But if companies and even content creators keep on flooding us with all this AI stuff, eventually we won't be able to notice the difference. And that's when creativity will die. Struggle, intention, experience, these things shape what we create. AI skips all of this. It gives you an output. But just last week, we entered a place that might lead to the death of creativity. Sonia Monet is a completely AI-generated artist who has just signed a multi-million-dollar record deal. Her songs have been able to reach the Billboard's top 25, and she has millions of plays. The lyrics are created by Talisha Jones, who generates the songs using Suno, the company that we talked about earlier. Suno is actually in a legal battle right now because it used all these other musicians' data without anybody's permission to actually be able to generate its own songs. It's stealing music from other artists. And obviously, this adoption of Sonia Monet into a record deal is going to be controversial. There are countless artists who spend hours making every song. And Sonia Monet is pumping out songs using just a program. All this stuff that probably takes the most amount of time is collapsed into a few minutes. And that kind of sucks. And the same goes for AI content creation. A lot of it is just to gain your engagement, your attention, and a lot of it's brain rot. Like, look at this. This is AI generated. It is brain rot. At least when you create art for yourself, there's some sense of accomplishment when you finish that goal, when you finish that thing that you've been trying to finish for so long. But with AI, that's completely gone. But I've been saying how bad AI is this whole time. So I guess the question becomes, yes, you can. The most important part about using AI is to make sure that you're actually the one making the creation. If we let AI take over the internet, we will have so much less emotion. We will have people purely driven by profit, creating things per profit, and taking human experiences and trying to portray them as their own, like Sonia Monet's Miscarriage Blues. An experience that she has never had. It seems dystopian, it seems wrong, it doesn't belong on the internet. Your creativity, your voice, your ideas, those are what make the internet human. So don't lose those. And don't let AI take over the internet. Thanks for watching, guys. Right here we got another video for you to watch. You should totally go watch that. Or you can subscribe to my channel, which you should also do. And also make sure you leave a like and tell me what you think about AI. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. See ya.